Welcome to the Pump and Dump channel for another weekly update on trading the stock market, seeing how it went, looking of course at CNX Resources, and we're also going to cover Range Resources and African Gold Group. So CNX Resources, last week I mentioned when it was trading at 870 into the close on Friday, I mentioned that I thought it was overpriced and I saw potential downside coming from this head and shoulders that we have here. And on Monday and Tuesday, indeed, it did go down. The price was moving down, and on Wednesday, it rebounded and it rallied into the close of the week. So CNX Resources Monday, Tuesday was down because of natural gas price, and then it continued falling, and it fell until Friday at 724. Reason for this, as mentioned, it was overpriced already at this point. So when the natural gas price fell, then not only the stock fell, but it also started moving closer towards a fair valuation, fair pricing, whatever you want to call it. So I bought some at 7:30 today, 7:44. I bought some at 7:44 yesterday, I think, or was it today? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. But I bought at 7:44 and 7:30. Yeah, a mistake I made, of course, was when I identified it was overpriced here that I was still holding on to some shares. I should have sold everything, but that's kind of how it goes. Not omnipotent and able to make the right decision every single time. Next stock to look at, Range Resources. I talked about it last week. I thought it was fairly priced at 430 per share. It was trading between $4 and $5 last week. And this week it kind of opened lower. It was running down. Of course, natural gas price was down and oil price was down. Now, unlike CNX Resources, which is natural gas for the very most part, Range Resources has natural gas and oil. And my theory was that oil would do better this week, and you can say it has because it's closed a bit higher than it closed last week, and natural gas closed a bit lower than it did last week. But that doesn't necessarily mean that 430 was going to be the perfect target. So that kind of went down Monday and Tuesday. I bought a little bit more on Monday and Tuesday. I remember at the close on Tuesday at 362.5, I bought quite some shares because I was feeling quite confident in the stock. And Wednesday it reached the lower bound of my pricing model at 350. I bought, I think a bit above 350, but I bought that price because that's kind of where I felt it was the right price to buy, commit to it, and it started running up. Of course, we had stability and moving up in natural gas, and oil price was moving up quite nicely. So I felt 350 was good. The price ran up, and I thought from here we would continue higher into the end of the week. But no, I guess a tweet by Trump or some news on the trade deals or some nonsense like that got some bearishness into the stock, and either people sold or shorted it down, and it went back down to 350. And at that point in time, I decided that the right move was to buy more. So I bought a bunch more here, and then it did nothing for the whole day. And Thursday I thought, because of the strength in natural gas and the oil price, I thought this is going to go up. But no, it went down. It went down as low as 337. I had the bid in at 336. It did not get covered, but I did manage to scoop some more up at 344. That was my last purchase during the week. And then today, Friday, was the moment of truth. I was 100% sure it needs to move up, given how the oil price was doing. It was up here. It was in the green. Natural gas was very strong, so I was 100% sure today it would rise. But I couldn't buy any more because I already deployed all the money I wanted, and I was not like lowering my average as well. So the key point, of course, there was like that was it. I was fully positioned, and I just needed to wait and have faith in the model that it works. And it it worked. It kind of came out okay. We ran up. Well, we ran up, and then we ran down, and then we ran up, and we ran down. And I think, oddly enough, somewhere around here was when the oil price, which was a nice green candlestick, turned red, and then the stock started running. So that was kind of funny. It started running at 372. I sold some, even though I knew it was still underpriced. I sold it to cover the purchases in CNX Resources that I had made at 7.30 and at 7.44, and that was it. So I've done quite. I've lost some of my total profits that I had back up here from holding the stock from up there down to here, like the 100 shares that I didn't sell up here, and then the I think 300 shares I had still here. They ate into my total profit that I've made on CNX Resources so far, so that kind of ate into it. But overall, still up quite nicely, and feeling strong about this, confident about this price. This price is good. I like it. I would buy if it falls, no question. I might even buy more at this price on Monday if the natural gas price is moving up. Next point, of course, with Range Resources, of course, as I was accumulating the position, I was going into the red. That's obvious. I mean, there's no other way to state it. Back down here at 337, I was down about 10%, I think, or a little under. No, I think it was 8%. I was down 8%, and then it rebounded here, and now I'm up quite nicely. Even with the sale here, I'm still up quite nicely overall on Range Resources. I'm feeling this is going to come together next week if you know, as mentioned, the natural gas and the oil price cooperate. Of course, I could be wrong, and if you know, due to that, I think it's important to make the disclaimer that anything I talk about in here is mostly my opinion, so it's not investment advice or recommendations. Even though I do my own analysis, you don't have access to that, so you don't know whether it is correct, and you cannot necessarily see and understand whether, you know, when it stops working, why that would be, and how to adjust it. So unless, of course, you're skilled with this or professional, you probably would not be able to use my model correctly. So yeah, that's kind of where it's at. Stock ran up, and I think the day traders took profit into the close, and that's why, even though it almost touched $4, it has come back down to 384. Next stock to talk about is African Gold Group. I sold some today at 38.5 cents. The reason for that is because of the private placement that they did now. They previously announced this one a couple of weeks ago when they talked about it being at 44 cents. Now it's at 35 cents. So the share count has gone up from about 11 million to 14 million, and the half warrants are still coming with it, down from 60 down to 50 cents per warrant. So that's kind of it. Based upon that, you can see that 38 is above the price of the shares that the investors are getting, and also with the warrants, they get additional benefits that will improve their upside. So based upon that, I sold some shares today. The key thing is that I believe that after this financing, the shares should be trading closer to 32 cents per share, and we will see next week if the price does go down there. There's of course the possibility that the gold price spikes and just keeps running up, and then maybe this price is a fair price, and then I'm wrong to have sold. But if the gold price doesn't run up and the gold price stays where it's at, there is a chance that people who read the news and review their holding will see that and think that that's not good, and they'll sell it down to 32 cents or even below that, and then, you know, I might have a chance to repurchase that at a more favorable price. So that's the thinking, how the week went. Just remember, you can leave your questions, comments and opinions in the comments section, and if you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe, and have a good day.